I'm Dan Larson, and this is Mezco 112 Collective Wolverine in 4 minutes or less. Mezco 112 Collective Wolverine is a 6-inch action figure. He's a perpetually popular character from an increasingly popular line of figures designed for a more discerning collector. And he was sent to me by Third Earth Collectibles, a new toy and hobby collectibles store located in Halifax, Nova Scotia, Canada, bringing collectors together and providing the best in pop and geek culture with quality toys, apparel, jewelry, and accessories based on all your favorite movies, TV shows, and comics. When you think geek, think Third Earth Collectibles. While I am personally new to the Mezco 112 Collective line, it began back in 2015 with Batman and Judge Dredd releases. Then it absolutely exploded in 2016 and 2017 with licensed offerings from Marvel and DC, Universal Monsters, Star Trek, Space Ghost, A Clockwork Orange, Michael Myers from Halloween, and Ash from Evil Dead. The main thing that separates Mezco 112 from their 6-inch contemporaries is the incorporation of cloth goods into nearly all of their offerings. Cloth goods aren't just used for capes and cloaks and things. Just like vintage Mego or Marvel famous covers before them, or even high-end 12-inch Hot Toys, Mezco is using cloth, vinyl, and faux leather for different interpretations of the licensed character's basic costume. On Wolverine, that means a spandex-like material for his shirt and pants, faux leather trunks, and soft rubber shoulder pads. The rest of the figure ranges from softer, rubbery hands to harder plastic arms, legs, torso, and neck, and is far sturdier than I was expecting. He's got several accessories including 2 different heads, 3 different handsets, a Muramasa katana with sheath, and a stand emblazoned with the X logo. And hey, it's not my thing, but it might be yours. The box itself is a great storage compartment and displays nicely on a bookshelf if you're trying to keep your tiny plastic people obsession a secret from other adult human guests in the place where you live. Articulation is on par with Marvel Legends. Some joints have a greater range of movement, some less so. The good news is no toe articulation and no finger articulation. Mezco knows that the best action figures need not these things. And all credit goes to Mezco for giving this figure so much articulation, but also being able to hide nearly all of the joints. While the costume can get pinched in a joint from time to time, the fabric layer gives it a greater sense of realism, hinting at muscle tone underneath, as opposed to having rigid, sinewy surface sculpting or paint shading. I've avoided these figures since they first debuted back in 2015 because cloth outfits at the 6-inch scale, to me, is not a higher degree of detail. It's the countdown clock of a guaranteed death sentence placed on the figure the second it left the factory. I've been collecting long enough to see the cycle of 6 to 8-inch action figures flirt with cloth outfits every 10 years or so, only to be turned away once the collecting community collectively remembers that cloth materials like this do not withstand the test of time. Heck, even Hot Toys figures are only going to last for so long, even with careful handling. I have a First Avenger Captain America figure that I have barely touched since I bought it back in 2012, since I put it in a display case to protect it from the elements, and even that thing has paint flaking off the shield and adhesive letting go on all the pouches and stuff. Look, I don't want a lot of maintenance in my collection. I don't want to have to be careful. I collect action figures because I like to handle them. I want to put them in crazy poses without concern for whether or not repeated bending of the knee or ab crunching is damaging his shirt or pants. I like to know that if I bump my shelf and every single figure falls on the floor, nothing is going to break or pick up cat hair because I haven't vacuumed the rug where everything landed. I don't want to worry about staining a tiny yellow superhero costume because I didn't surgically wash my hands prior to touching it, and that's really tough because my second love is eating milk chocolate candy bars on hot summer days. The amount of detail, while exceptional, is unnecessary on a character like Wolverine. Wolverine's costume is not particularly complex. I get that this line is going for a more realistic interpretation of his suit and even grounded in his X-Force design, but those buckles all over his arms, the utility belt, the paw pads on his palms just reek of 90s overkill design, and not in a fun, ironic kind of way. I've seen Deadpool, Cap, and even Judge Dredd in stores and haven't even given them a second glance. That changes now. I already have Ash from Evil Dead 2 pre-ordered, and I'll keep my eyes out for other characters that I might be interested in. The price is still prohibitive for me going all in and abandoning Marvel Legends, not to mention the deep-rooted nature of my personal distaste for cloth outfits at this scale. This Wolverine isn't the best offering Mezco has produced. Heck, it's not even the best Wolverine they have produced. But as a first piece, it has moved me from not needing a first piece to not being the last. If you're totally satisfied with your Marvel Legends and would rather get 4 figures for $80, then this is an easy pass. But if you're looking for a unique, high-quality, next-level figure, or you're just a Wolverine completist, then this is a must-have, so buy it if you see it, and if you see 2, leave 1 for the next collector. Thanks for watching. Please hit like, hit subscribe, share this with your friends and fellow action figure collectors. Thanks again to Third Earth Collectibles. Please go give their website a look. thirdearth.ca, link in the description below. And if you're local to the shop, stop in, say hi, tell them Toy Galaxy sent you, tell them we said hi, tell them we said we like what you've done with the place. You guys have a lot of really great stuff here.
Cut.